All right, baby girl. Uh,
Baba.
Hit it.
We got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome, everybody. This is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, coming at you live in Vilcabamba, Ecuador, on the live TV show. And we got a question right here for you. Someone says, I just booked my first colonic for Monday. What should I expect?
Ooh.
Congratulations. Everybody, go get a colonic. What you should expect. It's actually ironic that the people that are the most nervous and scared to get a colonic, the colon therapist report to me that they usually do the best during their session, because when they get a colonic, they're expecting it to be crazy, scary, and bad and stuff. And once the speculum is gently inserted in and it's no big deal, they're like, that's it. And all of a sudden they go through this major relaxation, and they just release like crazy, and they just go through massive. It's like an enjoyable experience for a lot of people.
Yummers.
All right, guys. See, there's all these people out there that don't believe in the raw food diet, and there's a lot of very well-known people out there that do an intermediate diet, and that's great. And they don't think the raw food diet is ideal for people, yada yada yada. One of the reasons why this is because when you go on a raw food diet, you're practically just eating water. Fruits and vegetables are water. And then you have nuts and seeds, which are more concentrated. But it's like going on a fast. That's why it's called the detox diet. You're going to cleanse like crazy. You're going to go through a healing crisis. There was this woman just recently who I was speaking at this event. And colonics, by the way, tangent real quick, is the way to get past it. Becoming clean is just as important as bringing in that universal cosmic spiritual energy than your diet. But I'm going to talk about this in an interview that I just did within the next couple of days.
Ooh.
It's a lot of fun. So I was sitting here doing this talking about, I can sense that I inspired a lot of people in this audience who were going to improve their diets tremendously. I could just sense it because I gave them the information needed to eliminate refined sugars, processed starches, and stuff like that. And my spirit said, when you get sick, understand that this is detoxification, and you don't have a virus, and you don't need antibiotics and stuff like that. I made sure to say that and try to get it straight, because if you improve, I could sense that these people were kind of not the cleanest people out there, and if they improve their diet drastically, that they're going to go through a healing crisis. And what happened was this woman got ill. The doctor said she had a kidney infection, and she went on the antibiotics, which is fine, and I hope she improved her diet. But what she did was she went straight on a 100% raw food diet after this talk, and she started doing colonics. She opened the floodgates, and then she just started pouring out. You guys, human beings, I don't mean to get graphic and be a downer or anything, but we're walking pus bags. And when you open the floodgates like that with raw foods and colonics, it's just going to pour out. I'm going a little bit nuts in these videos today. I'm all over this right now. And so just understand that this detoxification thing is an ongoing thing. It's not going to be crazy all the time, but colonics is huge. And we're going to talk about this in an interview, and I do in the next couple of days. All right, let's move on. You got some questions there?
I would like to add about colonics that different people have different experiences coming out of the colonic, depending on your background and how much you detox and all those kind of things. For example, this one, when it has a colonic, is usually like flying high.
Like you guys would not believe. Like, seriously, I am a Jedi master after a colonic. Okay, go ahead.
You're a tangent master after colonics, is that?
It's just so clean. My third eye, like my whole sinus cavity is gone. The spiritual energy is just like stronger than it's ever been before. Okay, go ahead.
Whereas this one, when I have a colonic, I'm usually wiped out afterwards. Yeah, I just want to lay down. I feel really, really drained of energy. So different people have different experiences. I just wanted to add that. Yeah, we have another 2 questions over here. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, the first one is about family. You know, we've kind of gone on very different tangents in our lives than probably where we came from. We're like traveling all over the world and coming to live in Ecuador and stuff like that. The question is, how does your family interact with, react to, and participate in these new lifestyles?
Do you want me to talk about that?
Oh, lovely.
Okay, first off, I had no cacao. I feel like I'm on speed right now.
Oh,
What is
Lord.
going on? I think it's just too much computer stimulation or something. Okay, so I would just like not try to convince your family or your friends to do anything. Just let them kind of follow. It took like 6 years till my mom hopped on board on an intermediate healthy whole food diet. My brother quit soda after I improved my diet in the early phases. I mean, maybe he'll do some more stuff. But you know, people will either do it or they don't, and some people just can't do it emotionally and they don't want to. Even when one of your loved ones has a degenerative disease and you know what's happening here and they're just not willing to take that. That's like the worst, you know what I mean? It's like there's just nothing you can do. But yeah.
I would say in terms of my family, they're interested in what we do and they support what we do and they're excited for us. And especially, you know, I was basically eating myself into the grave before I began this lifestyle. I was morbidly obese. I was always ill. I was miserable. It must be really hard to see your child doing that to themselves or your sister doing that to herself. So, you know, I think they're really delighted for me that my life shifted so much, and for us that we're co-creating such wonderful things here that we're really excited about. They don't necessarily choose the lifestyle that we've chosen for ourselves for themselves. They'll have bits and pieces of things, you know, like if I'm in England and I give my parents some juice or something and I tell them it's medicine and to just down it, then they might do that. They're probably not gonna be too excited to make stuff themselves, although apparently my mum is making lots of smoothies now.
Wow.
We left a juicer and a blender at their house, and I asked her last week if she was using them, and she said yes, she's making smoothies. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
All right, the other question was, are there places that we feel support being on a raw food journey more than other locations? If so, what are the top 5 cities in the US that we feel are the most nurturing to the conscious life paradigm?
All right, I'm just gonna come straight with everybody. When you go 100% raw, you're gonna become a loser.
Uh-oh.
Your friends, your family, you know, when you become raw, you lose your friends, your family. You're just gonna have no life. That's what happened to me, at least.
Mr. Monarch's a bit dramatic today, isn't he?
And yeah, so, but after time, one day you'll meet this beautiful woman right here
With a kepi.
with the, no?
No.
And yeah, no, ever since then, you know, life has just been positive, positive, positive. I don't want to be a downer. I was just messing around. I think I'm just going to go to bed now.
Oh no. Let's tell the nice people 5 places they can live in the US and they'll be happy. I would live in Boulder, Colorado if I lived in the US, I think.
It gets cold there, though.
It gets cold in the winter, but it's so beautiful, ridiculously beautiful.
You know where I would go?
Where would you go?
Vilcabamba, Ecuador.
Baba, in the US. Ojai's great. Ojai, California.
Ojai. There's this huge business there that just rocks. You can get all the superfoods you want.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Mount Shasta seems to be a good area, right?
It's cold, and I don't know how many people are there.
Well, the Pacific Northwest in general.
This person seems like they're into social stuff. We're into like clean air. That's like, we were talking about colonics and raw food. Go to clean air. That's the main reason why I'm in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. That's like my #1 priority on where I live, because the clean air just takes my Jedi powers to the next level.
A lot of people keep telling us they're coming from Taos as well. They're enjoying Taos. Where else?
I don't know.
There was a lot of stuff on the west side. I'm sure there's some beautiful places in Florida or something as well. I'd want to be somewhere where it's warm.
Clean air.
Clean air and warm.
The mountains of Boulder, Colorado, you will get that. That's where I would be if I had to choose. Maybe Mount Shasta for air quality. But there's not much besides those 2 places. I'm sure there's plenty more, but all the places are cold where there's clean air in the US. Here is that, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow at The Raw Food.